With a high 16th overall pick and a strong Summer League performance, Yang Hansen was expected to make an impact in the regular season too. But in the first preseason game, he ended up disappointing everyone. He couldn't show his supposed passing skills at all, and his slow footwork clearly exposed his defensive weakness. He actually became one of the reasons Golden State pulled off a 20-point comeback win. Of course, it's just his first game, so it's too early to judge. But at least for that game, his flaws were game-changing. His next opponent, Sacramento, was the perfect chance for redemption. Since preseason is more about player development than wins or losses, Portland really needed Yang to regain his confidence. However, it was the visiting Kings who got off to the better start. Keegan Murray and Zach LaVine opened the game with back-to-back buckets, followed by Sabonis stopping Donovan Clingan's shot and turning that into a fast break dunk for LaVine. Meanwhile, Portland's offense looked all over the place. Dennis Schroeder, the Eurobasket MVP who joined Sacramento, drew a foul on Toumani Camara, his main defensive matchup. Portland tried to get things going with Jrue Holiday's three-pointer, but LaVine's shooting touch from deep looked excellent so far. Midway through the quarter, Yang Hansen finally checked in.
DeRozan had a ball deflected, comes back to Domas, reaches inside, draws the foul, and he'll have a three-point opportunity.
But immediately gave up an and one to Sabonis. Once again, his slow feet got exposed. To make things worse, right after the timeout, he committed an offensive foul, though the refs seemed a bit strict with the calls. While Yang was still struggling to adjust to the league, Portland started to rally behind Chris Murray's and won. Chris Murray is actually Keegan Murray's brother. And some key points from Jeremy Grant off the bench. Yang Hansen drew a loose ball foul while fighting Sabonis for a rebound and scored his first points of the night from the free throw line, faster than last game. Unfortunately, he then committed a shooting foul on the next possession. That gave him his third foul already in the first quarter, forcing him to head back to the bench with poor foul management. Still, the overall momentum began shifting to the home team. Veteran Jrue Holiday took control with his scoring and playmaking, while the Kings' second unit struggled to keep up. Before long, Holiday was already in double figures. He's really leading the offense tonight.
Has it, gives it up. Shaedon Sharpe shakes with it, launches for three, and buries it.
Then Shaedon Sharpe, who played well last game too, hit a step-back three, and just like that, Portland took control of the opening quarter. Honestly, if Portland wants to surprise people this season, they've got to beat teams like Sacramento. In the second quarter, Sacramento brought their starters back in, and DeMar DeRozan, who had been quiet, hit his signature mid-range jumper, followed by Keon Ellis drawing a three-point foul to shift momentum. But Deni Avdija used his size advantage over LaVine to finish a strong drive, and once he got going, Avdija kept playing aggressively. In truth, Portland's season might depend on how he performs. And Jeremy Grant, who had struggled last game, finally woke up, helping Portland barely hold on to a slim lead midway through the quarter. But Sacramento's starters showed their strength and started pushing back. Portland's starting center, Donovan Clingan, looked worryingly flat. And even when Yang Hansen checked back in, he didn't look much better. Aside from one nice defensive stop on LaVine's fast break, his lack of energy showed on both ends of the floor. Deni Avdija did his best to close the half strong, but it was Sacramento who led the scoring shootout late in the half. Keegan Murray even got an and one on the final possession, showing that Sacramento's starters had sharper focus. So the visiting Kings finished the first half in control. But once the second half started, the energy on the court flipped again. Shaedon Sharpe, who was quiet in the first half, finally came alive, helping Portland slowly claw its way back. As Sacramento's outside shooting continued to falter, Portland took advantage with Sharpe finally heating up. Before long, the Blazers were owning their trademark third quarter, but even with Avdija and Sharpe both stepping up, Clingan's foul trouble became a serious issue. He picked up his fifth foul, and it was only the third quarter. His lack of presence was a real problem for Portland, so Yang Hansen had to be thrown back into the game. He had been disappointing in the first half.
Last year, the Denver Nuggets. Hansen, open corner three, buries it. Yang Hansen from downtown answers the...
But then he drained a wide open corner three, shocking the Kings' defense completely. Then he hit another back-to-back threes, and the crowd went wild. It was almost surreal, considering his shooting was supposed to be his weakness. That moment seemed to flip a switch for his confidence.
As Hansen comes away with it, gives it up to Wesley. Wesley back to Hansen to the rim. Yes! A beautiful feed from Blake Wesley to Young.
He even finished a fast break. A bit shaky, but it worked. Just like that, he exploded for 10 points in a flash. The third quarter had turned into the Yang Hansen show.
As a young player making shots.
Jab step, Hansen behind the back, spins on Eubanks to the rim, and he gets it to go!
He even drove past Drew Eubanks with a behind-the-back move. Looks like he's more than just a catch-and-finish guy. Sacramento stayed in it with balanced scoring. So even with Yang's surge, Portland couldn't pull too far ahead. But when he hit a mid-range jumper, he was up to 14 points. That actually broke Ha Seung-jin's career high of 13.
Gives it up to Hansen on the wing near side. Right hand to a beautiful feed to Sharp. Double clutch jam!
Then he showed off his original strength, his passing touch, setting up an easy cut dunk for Shaedon Sharpe. He calmly knocked down both free throws at the end of the quarter, too. Thanks to him, Portland finished the third quarter with the lead. And everyone knew who the man of the moment was. Yang Hansen, who looked lost earlier, suddenly came alive. The star of the second half stayed in to start the fourth. As Portland extended their lead with full momentum, Yang came up with a monster block that looked straight out of the Great Wall. Even with slow feet, plays like that really help his defense. He later picked up his 5th foul on an offensive charge and checked out of the game to massive cheers from the home crowd. It was his home debut, so the moment felt extra special. The third stringers turned the final quarter into an unexpected nail-biter. Portland nearly blew their comfortable lead, almost repeating their 20-point collapse from last game. But Caleb Love drew a foul on the final possession and barely made the second free throw to seal the win. Yeah, he missed the first one though. But without question, the star of the game was Yang Hansen. He started off with sloppy defense and slow footwork and had zero offensive rhythm early on. But once he hit that first three, the skill he had to develop to survive in the league, it was like a dam broke. He couldn't stop scoring. His drive past Eubanks was especially insane. Of course, it's unrealistic to expect this every game, but the moves he showed in the third quarter alone more than made up for his struggles from the first game.